had a dust bunny.
Seriously?
One. A fuzzball, something. Hairball for my dog. Okay, this is it. Promise. 1, 2, 3. Chicks here. Hey guys. Long time no see. We are excited to be back with you guys. As I'm sure you know, the chaos of the holidays and just travel and all of that. So the chicks are very excited to be back with you and get you some new content coming out soon.
Absolutely.
So anyway, today in honor of Valentine's Day coming up, we are... Wish we could get the little hearts that pop up. That'd be so cute. Jerry, make it happen.
Hearts.
In honor of Valentine's Day coming up soon, we are talking about, what did I title this? How much do you love each other?
How much do you love
And
each other?
basically in this episode, we just want to talk about maybe some obstacles that same household teams are up against, or just some things that they've encountered when they move into the truck and living in small spaces, etc. So,
Yeah.
kick it off.
Well, kick it off. Ooh, we should have rehearsed a little more. But either way, it is a big deal when you do go from living in, when you start trucking, if you haven't done it before, and you have your person, your teammate, spouse, whatever it may be, and you move into a little 10 by 10 box roughly, okay? Which basically means you're on top of each other all day, every day. You not only do you work together, you live together, you sometimes have to shower at the same time, whatever you choose to do. So everything that you're doing revolves around that person, and you are with each other 24/7. So I say that to say even the best relationships can still have a little bit of when you get into those small spaces. So things to just remember to do is to, one, I would say, be patient.
Very patient. Communicate your frustrations. There is nothing worse, in my opinion, than just letting something fester. You know, get it out, talk about it if there are issues. And sometimes you just want to go in the cab, close the curtain, and separate for a little while, and that's okay. But we want you to be prepared for those obstacles that may arise. Even once you're approved and we schedule your truck pickup date, the travel alone to go pick up the truck could be frustrating. I'm not saying it's going to be, but I mean, you're starting something. You're stressed out. You're starting something completely
Unknown.
new.
You've got the unknown.
You've
We
just
all
packed
have
up
that fear,
everything
yeah.
at home, getting ready to go over the road for a while.
Trying to make sure you have everything taken care of at home before you leave. Making sure you have everything you need to get for the adventure that's awaiting you. So that can cause a lot of stuff. So don't let that initial stress bleed over into this adventure. So once you're, and a lot of times we do try to move teams in sometimes. Of late, in the last bit, we've realized it probably works out best sometimes to even put teams in a truck on a Friday, because by the time you get moved in, get settled in, you then have the weekend to decompress,
familiarize yourself with your area,
Yes,
go to
get
the
things
grocery store,
organized.
do all those things.
yes, get things organized
Get
in
settled.
your truck, get settled. Exactly.
That's a great point. That's a great point. We have been moving teams in
yeah.
on Fridays.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but
No.
we recommend that because it does give you that time to get situated.
And then come Monday, you'll be ready to start, with your first load or whatever, as it is. Sometimes that works out best. So that's been something that we have found that has really helped teams to get settled in that
It's
situation.
also a great time to talk to your mentors too. Hop on the phone with them. Talk about your struggles that you've had already. Let them kind of advise you on how they got through those times.
And they're going to use that time to fine-tune going through all the different aspects, the things that you need to know. Whether it's the Panther side and saying, here's how you'll do your paperwork. That way you guys can sit where you're not moving. You both can be awake. You can have a conversation, all four of you, with the mentors and yourselves. You can take notes. You can ask questions. It gives you a chance to read through all the enormous amount of information that we send
There's a
out.
lot.
Because when you come on board, fleet support, maintenance, we're all going to send you a slew of emails. It's all very, very, very important information that you need. But it can seem like it's coming all at one time, and it's like, oh my gosh, I just got 20 emails.
It can be overwhelming.
But that weekend also gives you an opportunity to sit and go, you know what, I'm going to read through these. I'm going to organize these. I might want to print a few of these out. I might want to make some notes. I might have some questions about these. And then you can reach out to fleet support or to your mentors and get all that stuff taken care of. That relieves a lot of the stress that can bleed over unless you come straight on, try to get moved in and be like, I have to get a load right now, the same day. Probably not ideal. So you want to come prepared for that. So I think that having a good solid relationship with the person that you're going in this to now, and I'm not going to lie. If you're at home and you guys are all over each other now, and don't take this as not meant to be offensive or anything, sometimes the last thing you might want to do
is get into a
truck together. So it does need to be someone that you completely trust, because they're going to be driving, you're going to be sleeping, vice versa. This works where you're constantly, so like I know with Jimmy and I, he did some of the work when it came to the maintenance and the things on the truck, and I took care of all the paperwork. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, understand how this is going to work out, knowing that all of this is involved in it. All these things, if you can talk about these things up front, make this job and this transition into this so much easier than if you're like, oh yeah, we got it all.
We hardly ever argue. No, it's fine. We'll be just fine on the road. My husband and I hardly ever argue, but I could not live in a box with him. I will tell you right now. But also think about the lifestyle side of it. You two are going to have the opportunity to travel the country and get paid for it. You are going to have the opportunity to go into campgrounds and get out and enjoy yourselves, go hiking, go to ball games, do all those things on the weekends during your downtime. So you do just have a lot of flexibility. So keep those things in mind. Talk about your goals and kind of where you're looking to go next, or things you're wanting to do while you're over the road, because ultimately that's why you two decided to get in this truck and go over the road together, right? Is to spend more time together. So I hate to sound all negative about it, like you're going to bicker the whole time. You're not. But be prepared for it. And like Kelly said, know your strengths and weaknesses. Know how to communicate about it. So,
yeah, it definitely helps when your goals align in the situation. And we have had teams where one person didn't want to do anything but be in the truck. Anytime they weren't working, just wanted to watch TV and sit in the bed. And the other person was like, let's go. I want to go see stuff. I'm out here. That can cause conflict too. So lots of different ways to look at making the decision to do this. But our strongest teams are those ones that are coming out with the same goals in mind, and just really aligned in that relationship, whatever that relationship may look like. Again, doesn't have to be a spouse. Whatever that relationship is, it does need to be solid, because more times than not, we do have a lot of teams that don't work out because of relationship issues. Once they get there. So it's a lot to handle, but if you try to cover all the bases before you get there, you can just remember yourself, hey, we were prepared for this.
And give us a call. We'll talk about it. We'll kind of go a little bit more in depth with it. So how much do you love each other? You and your Valentine.
I love her.
You want to be my Valentine?
Oh, wait.
Jerry, put us some hearts right here, okay? You and your Valentine, give us a call. Get you some information, answer your questions, and tell you how to get started. So
absolutely. Happy Valentine's Day. We'll see everybody next time.
Bye, guys.
Check this out.